Well, how has everybody been? Have you missed me yet? So, as anybody that may have forgotten us, welcome to the Memories of Drago and Tink. I am your host, Reverend Grim, and we will be here for at least the next possible 2 hours to see how things are going. Right now, we've got 4 people in chat. So why don't you turn around and let me know who's all in chat, and we can get going with things. Don't be shy, say hello. It's just us. And there's Mr. Nast. Hello, Mr. Nast. And there's Mr. Nast again. And then there's the basement show with Mr. Nast. Hello. So there you go. I got 3 comments already, and we're not even in at 2 minutes. But I am showing 5 people. Yes, as most of you know, normally I'm drinking body armor, but there's a reason why I'm drinking the Gatorade. My cousin's in. Cora, how are you? So yes, I am finally back. As we all know, Mr. Nast is on a much-needed vacation. We will call it. I will say vacation, but we could say practically suspension. And I could turn around and say, Mr. Nast, why don't you jump in tonight? And, I can do that because that's the way this shit goes. How am I doing? Yep, vacation. How are you? I'm actually doing pretty well. I am still a little bit sore, a little stiff, but I went back to the doctor's the other week. It's completely unbandaged. I mean, I'm a lot more scarred than I was before because they went through all the original scars. But on the 10th, I go and we will talk to the guy that's going to do the hip. And we're going to see if we can get on his books and how long before we do the hip. And then the 30th of October, I go back for my second post-op visit. Just to see how everything healed. How everything's doing. Oh, sorry, did not take much of a nap earlier. So, as I said, right now we're seeing 8 people. I know there's 5 on Facebook. So as I said, don't be shy. Come in, say hello. Is there anything anybody specifically wants to talk about? I know we've been gone for a while, but here we are. We're starting this off on the 1st of October, and we're starting out with the Reverend, which this week, I can tell you for everybody that's watching, we got 6 now. 2 people dropped out, and there's only 2 people on Facebook, but that's okay. You just won't know. This week, there is a lot of different stuff planned. So tonight, we're going to do the Drago and Tink, Memories of Drago and Tink, which we know isn't just about AJ and Hope. It gives everybody, there's Mama D. It gives everybody an opportunity to remember loved ones, share stories, bring up random things. It's all to you. Tomorrow night is going to be a random shit show pop-up. Thank you, Mama D. And we are seeing 10 people in chat right now. As I said, say hi. I don't know you're there unless you say hi. 9 people, 1 person wanted to leave. So tomorrow night is going to be a random shit show, and you don't know who's all going to be. Mr. Evans, thank you. Welcome back to coming in. Thank you for joining us tonight. So tomorrow night we're going to do a random shit show. We don't know who the host will be. It's Mr. Nast. I'm lurking on all 3. Well, there you go. See, we always have each other's back here in the basement show. And then Thursday night, we are going to try a pop-up show, but this is going to be something different. This we have decided is going to be kind of like story time, but this is for the the people who are really into the smut books. So on Thursday night at 8, I'm thinking this is going to be 8 o'clock. More details will come as we go forward, but you will get story time. Hi, second YouTube watcher, whoever you are, say hello to us. There you go. Um, this story time will be with Mama D, and I think she is doing some of the Skinwalker series, the first book. So it should be interesting, and I would say, come on in, check it out, let us know what you think of the show. And then Friday night, you are actually going to get something different. You are going to get The Wives of Grimm. That will be at 9 o'clock. Ladies, bring a towel. See, now that's my kind of thing there. All right. So Friday night, we are going to do The Wives of Grimm with the Crimson Phoenix, Mrs. Grimm, and Mama D. But I believe they have a special guest coming on to their show this week. But again, in order to find any of this out, you are going to have to join in. We're not just going to give you that information. You need to come in and see who's there, because this week everybody will be returning except for Mr. Nast. But I can tell you Mr. Nast is scheduled to be back in studio on October 9th. And there will be a new show. That is a Wednesday night. There will be a new show on Wednesday nights. And that will be with Mr. Nast, and maybe somebody else will be jumping in with him. But this is going to be really interactive, so everybody can get involved and everybody can have a little bit of fun. And then if Thursday nights works well, then we will be keeping, yes, we are relaunching a show that we had before. And if Thursday nights works well, Thursday nights will stay with Mama D for, I guess we'll kind of call this Story Corner. Because we are changing some things. We are doing some lineup changes. We are now going into the fall season, so we may put the fall lineup into place. So, you got to kind of stay on track with the Basement Show Facebook page, and that's where you'll find a lot of this information. Ladies, I will be reading the first of the Dustwalker series. I thought it was Skinwalker. Sorry, these books are next level spicy, and I am super excited to share them with you. They are by one of my favorite authors, Oprah Ryan. If you would like to follow along, please find them in the Kindle app or at your local bookstore. Amber, hey Amber, how are you? What did I miss before Johnny got in trouble? I jumped on just when it ended. Gary, hello, welcome back. Hope you're doing okay. Yes, sir. Slowly but surely, day by day. Still a little tender, still a little stiff, but we are getting there. Not a whole lot, but this Thursday night, Amber, we are going to be putting out a pop-up show, and that will be basically with Mama D, and then we're calling it Story Corner, which is, from what I understand, not the week of Heart. And then on the 9th, we will have a reboot or a launch of a show. Can you pin my Twitch comment, please, for the ladies? That one. So there you go. According to the ladies too, Mama D says you need a towel. Do you need a towel?
No.
You don't need a towel.
No, but I just got my mind fucked by my mother.
You? Did it involve anything I don't want to know?
She read her first smut book.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, Mom read her first smut book.
Well, there you go. You could tell your mom about Smut Night. Well, this is actually might as well be something.
Well,
like,
Mom's just getting into smut. Mom's first mistake was she went to the library looking for smut, and that didn't work out very well.
Mr. Troy says,
Way to go, Mom.
Mr. Troy says hello.
Hello, hello.
So as you can see, we are back into the
Not done yet.
not done yet.
Not done yet.
You know that you should always go like this right here, right? And then that tells you where it's supposed to go. So you go like that, and now it's actually taking that slow charge out.
Aye, Kappa. I have a bra on.
Don't matter. It's my own personal smut right now. And Cora says hello.
Hi, Cora.
So yes, there is a lot coming. There's a lot we're working on.
Somebody needs to take a dog before I kill her.
What happened to my titty chew?
I don't know what happened to your titty chew.
I need another titty chew, please, because some of my stuff on my desk was on the floor. I did jump on when LG went to, a whole roll of titty chew. Well, now the problem is there's nothing to wipe your ass with in the bathroom. So I did jump on when LG went to bed. It's been a little bit crazy here with my health. So we haven't been able to jump on every night. I have 2 surgeries and 3 procedures coming up. Yes, I know. I hear you on that one. Tell my mom to check out. Amber, Paul, hope all goes well. Yes, we do. We hope everything goes well. I know exactly what you mean. I am still kind of in the healing process. It's been tender, that I can say, because they went through the kneecap, and anybody that knows, they have always said that knee surgery is one of the more painful, and they had to take the knee out in order to take the rod out. So
Would a wooden dowel work? A thick one?
a thick wooden dowel for what?
The window?
Where?
Well, you were talking about wooden blocks.
Well, yeah, a wooden dowel would work. I mean, there's plenty of options. I just can't go through those options right now. So, yes, I know exactly what you mean by that. But, no, Amber, we actually haven't been on in a while. I think it's something like 12 days, something like that. We've been going for a little while. We took a little time. Everybody's taking a little time getting themselves back to where we need to be. With the hours and everything that we were going, we were definitely pushing stuff, and we were burning ourselves out. Yes, but I don't remember what day that was, Mr. Mast. As I said, I mean, Mr. Nast was under a lot because he was pushing everything for 2 weeks while I was gone for my recovery, and the ladies were pushing a lot of nights. So, you know, we had a lot going, and it was Wednesday, September 18th. So yes, we haven't done a show since the 18th of September. This is our first show back. And, you know, during that time period, it took a lot. And I needed time away just because there's been a lot on our plates, and between the surgery and trying to do everything and keep everything going, it was just too much, and I was burning the candle at both ends, so I needed a little time. So that 2-3 weeks that I've been gone has helped a lot. It's refreshed things. It's given us some perspective on how we are going to run things from here on out. And We have taken some stuff away. We have put some new stuff in, and we will go with it. I mean, Freya, it's attached, babe. You're not going to catch it. Look, you are too big to even bend back there to grab it now. You can't even grab it anymore because you're too tubby. But other than that, we are going to move forward. And as I said, this week, tonight, you got the memories of Drago and Tink, which doesn't just mean it's got to be directly about AJ and Hope. This opens the door for anybody to talk about what they want. Maybe memories, even for people that have not passed, you may still have a memory that you'd like to share with everybody. Tomorrow night, as I said, we're going to do just basically a general pop-up shit show. So whatever comes to mind is just going to be on the table. So make sure you check that one out. That will be at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Thursday night, as I said, we are going to try a experimental pop-up show. Boobs. We can talk about boobs any day of the week.
Who said boobs?
Amber. Amber said boobs. And boobs are awesome.
I miss LG. LG has not made an appearance.
You miss LG? Yes. Miss Grimm says she misses the LG. And then, so we're doing that Thursday night. And as I said, there will be more to come on that in the next coming days. And then Friday, unfortunately, you're not getting the Reverend back yet. You are going to be getting the Wives of Grimm. The Crimson Phoenix. Sorry, I was feeding the cats. They were screaming for wet food. I hate when the pussy screams for wet. What about pussy?
If you get stuck in that bag of water.
We're waiting to see if one of the cats actually gets stuck in a bag of water, which neither one of them are intelligent. But what about Steve? Speaking of pussy, you brought up the P word.
Yeah, our two fucking
dipshits. Our two dipshits. So yes,
Friday. They were feeding cats.
Mama D. So Friday night, at 9 o'clock, you
always love seeing
you will get the Wives of Grimm. But I know that the Wives of Grimm actually have a special guest this Friday night. When I'm able to walk, we will definitely come down to visit. Not a problem, Amber.
You saying hi? Daddy's girl.
Fat cat.
You seen that belly?
Fat cat.
That's a chunky monkey kitty cat. Well, that's the female.
That's Evie.
Where
She is more towards me. And then here comes Tubby Ass himself. Yeah, but you have him balled up, so it doesn't really show his full size.
You're my big boy.
And there's Froky. You can't get my hand rubbing your belly now. So yeah, Wives of Grimm take 3. That is true. Squirt 2.0.
Yeah, well, that's what.
Yeah, that is true. That is.
Well, he's gonna fuck you up. You keep fucking with him.
Freya, go lay down. And Freya just continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
by
I'm not
the day.
lifting her up anymore.
Yeah, no, she is too big to lift up now. Luna on that one hand, that's something else. So yes, this Friday, yes, Wives of Grimm take 3, and they have a special guest that will be joining them in studio. So we will have to see. But other than that, what has everybody been doing for the past couple of weeks? Us. Tell Freya Aunt Dee Dee gonna kick her butt if she doesn't behave. And hopefully everyone will come join me the following Wednesday. Gonna be a fun night. That is true. basically, so we will actually do that while we're waiting for people to say, and tell us anything that they've done exciting in the past. We'll say two weeks or so, give or take. Um, Next Wednesday night, we are redoing entertainment night. Um, so it could be Hangman, it could be, I don't know, maybe Would You Rather, recovering from the head cold from hell, Kenny's clear of ick, Dad's on the mend too. There you go. That is always fun. Thankfully, Kenny got rid of the ick, and you didn't. You didn't get to be part of the cool kids this time. You were part of the cool kids last time. So yeah, you didn't get to be in the cool kids club. Kenny got to be the cool kid this time. You lose. Fuck that shit sideways. Oh no, I agree. Because November, when we go to that concert, I am thinking face mask this time. Because I don't want it the second time around. Next week is going to be Guess the Song by yours truly. We'll be singing a verse from the song you have to guess. So there you go. Mr. Nast, the many talented Mr. Nast, will be singing songs next week. So I know you don't want to miss this. B12 and bone broth. Yay, Mr. Nast. I would have said actually that soup that I make for Shannon, which is the orzo, the chicken, the broth, the spinach, and the tomato. It's full of iron and basically will completely boost everything because it's all the vitamins and everything because you're cooking the spinach down in the soup. So you're not losing the vitamins, where if you were to blanch it and then put it in the soup, you lost everything out of the tomatoes and the spinach. So, I mean, other than that, as I said, we are bringing back entertainment night, which should be quite interesting. It'll be something different every week. Other than that, I've been playing with doctors. If it's not my surgeon or the other surgeon, it is my family practice doctor. I drank almost a gallon of wonton broth. I just ordered bone broth to have when my tummy says food to you, food for food. Yeah, no, I get that.
Raya, get out here,
broth, yuck. Wonton broth is nothing more than chicken broth, maybe with a little starch in it.
Raya.
But let's see.
You know what it's coming up to? Have you thought about?
What's it coming up to?
Soup season.
Yes, it's coming up to soup season.
Raya.
So me, I've just been playing with my doctors, trying to get my meds squared out because now that I'm lost all the weight, my meds need to be continuously adjusted. So that is the reason why I'm drinking the Gatorade Zero, because it has the sodium in it that I need, because lately my blood pressure's been low because my body's not working as hard, and we lowered the medication, but the medication is still too much. So there you go. We tell it to turn off the timer and it turns on the light.
Okay, the kids visited me while I was in the shower.
The kids visited you in the shower.
Yep.
What happened while you were in the shower?
Well, we started off with Last Night by Skillet.
Okay.
Then we went Comatose by Skillet.
Okay.
Which talks about presence of eaters.
Okay.
And then we went into Valhalla Calling.
That's
then
definitely
we went
kids.
into Ragnarok.
Okay.
And then I had Discord. And then I had Fallout Boy Centuries, which is the Whoop Whoop song.
Yeah. Me, other than that, let's see, what have I done in 2 weeks? I cleaned my desk. My desk looked like it threw up on everything. And the thing is, I hadn't even been visiting mom in the shower, rock on AJ and Hope. Finally. Yes, finally, that's true. And the thing is, I haven't even been to my desk really in those 2 to 3 weeks. I had been at my. Well, yeah, it was a little tough to get to because, I mean, the one seat for the bathroom was in the way. But I mean, I had paperwork on my desk and, sitting at the desk was a little difficult. Other than that, I started my painting again now that I can sit back at my desk. Um, I've been working on the darkness figure. I haven't put any more work into it. Heather, there she is. How are you, boo? Let's see. I cleaned up my paintbrushes and put all my paintbrushes into a caddy. And then I put all my modeling tools into another caddy. And we what? And yes, so we fucked with Stalker. So we are going to tell a story, which is a funny memory. So
I need clear hot sauce.
Hello, Steph. You need what?
I need clear hot sauce.
Clear hot sauce. If we were to get the pepper and drain the pepper, we could get the hot sauce that way. Pudding. So we all know that back not that long ago, a friend of mine came over and they took a cigarette and they put it in their ass crack and then put it in the ashtray for smoker to smoke. So when I went out at 7:15 in the morning, that cigarette was gone. But this time, the camera was recording on the front door. Well, this time, my friend proceeded to have his wife put the cigarette in his asshole. And then we put this cigarette in the ashtray. Well, don't you know the other night, now this was all done on Sunday, so don't you know that Sunday night, right around when midnight happened, I have the video of him taking this cigarette out of the ashtray. And it's a fucking riot because now enough. Every time I see him, I laugh. So that is that situation. Which,
all right, girls, you did your
again,
job, leave it.
Is a complete riot. Hope he checked. Hope he just chokes on it. Kelsey, how are you doing?
Cousin Crew.
I hope he gets thrush. Cousin Crew. So, while we're sitting here and I've told you about this, why not really let it be known? So this is the cigarette from 2/29/24 at 23:49, so 11:49. So here you go. This is what happens.
No, you also need to make sure it's the same person who didn't eat.
Shannon, can a butterfly be on our Cousin Crew shirt?
Of course.
She says yes. So there you go. There is the video.
No, but this is the same person who Luna will
Now, Luna will kill this person.
And anybody that knows my dog.
So there you go. That's what happens when you constantly piss us off. I don't know. I kind of wonder that myself. As you can see, the blinds that my dumbass cats have destroyed on us. Kelsey says she's excited for those shirts. So yes, there has been my week so far of having a cigarette in my ashtray that has been up somebody's asshole, and this guy has now taken it. The next thing that we are planning, my so-called friend is going to deconstruct a cigarette, and he is going to put freshly squozen specimen on a table and then scrape it up and put it into the tobacco and re-roll the cigarette. Well, the thing is, he'll come on our porch at 5:30 in the fucking morning and it wakes us up. So if I happen to get asleep, it's now woken me up. Like the other night at this time, I actually went and laid down. I was fucking exhausted. But you know, to walk on somebody, first off, let's just look at this a certain way, okay? Let's say you'll be knocking for more after he gets a taste for that. Yeah. Let's put this way. Let's say, now, you know I smoke because the ashtray is right there. But what if for some reason that I was outside and this was my last cigarette that I had, and you're just inviting yourself to take this? Not asking, not considering. And see, this isn't the first time he's done it. He'll go and root through the butts, or down in next to the one chair, there's a trash can, you know, and he'll go through the trash can looking for butts. Which really gets me. Do they still make exploding cigarettes? I remember those. You put something in the tip and it explodes. You put it in the tip and it explodes. So no, to me, I think that's just really fucking grimy. You know, that you've got the audacity. People cut shorts all the time. It's a shitty move. Go buy some bud. Stop ashtray hunting on other porches. No, I agree. And the thing is, hey, Cousin Cruz, sorry to cut this short, but I have to step away for a little though. I want to say hi though. Hope you both have a great rest of your night. Thank you, Kelsey. Kelsey, stay safe. Thank you for stopping in to say hi. We greatly appreciate that. And as I was saying, you know, he's always, like this morning, I'm sitting outside and I'm smoking a cigarette, and he walked and he goes, "You know what I wish I had right now? Some bud." Okay, yes, I have bud, but you ain't got no damn money. You're not getting any. This isn't a charity. So, you know, and it's every so often he's turning around and saying this. Dude.
Your pork chop?
Yeah.
Weighs up those 8 ounces.
8-ounce pork chop. All right. Mooch is an understatement, my dear. I think they killed a very, very big piggy in order to get these pork chops.
Oh, we'll see it in a couple minutes. Give me a couple of songs.
But a mooch, no, you know, his what? Amanda, how are you doing? That is true. He was here. I think he stopped by that one day when you were last here.
Yeah, he walked up on Penny.
Yeah. And then, well, that was Amanda. And then,
Yeah, because old Amanda not that cat. So much more fucking metal.
yeah, and then the other day when me and my friend were sitting outside, you know, he walks to this person he doesn't even know and asks them for a cigarette. And it's just, oh, it's Miki. It's not Amanda.
Okay.
She says hi. So yeah, so that has been that one, the turnaround, and you know, we did that. And do I feel bad? Not really. You know, it takes a lot for me to honestly feel bad about something. That's interesting. I was gonna say my keyboard wouldn't go in. So there was that, and that was a little fun. No, because the thing is, like I said, you're coming onto my porch at 5:30 in the morning. I wonder if we can soak one in pepper spray. Oh, trust me, we have been sitting and I have been contemplating. And the worst part is, I have had 3 weeks to sit and think about what potentially I can do and get into trouble. And that's the worst part of things. So, yes, there was that. So it says we have 8 people. Why don't we do a roll call? Mr. Kelly, how are you? Yes, you do need gloves. Ghost pepper. Because the worst part is, think about it. You could get ghost pepper on your fingers, not realize it's there, and then you could either injure yourself or your significant other, which could be really hard, you know, really, really, you know, bad. So let's do a. I'm both Amanda and Mickey just trying to get a break in. Fire crotch. Yes, so you could. My buddy Native. And be sure to follow him on Twitch and TikTok. Yes, make sure you follow the Native Alternate Gaming, Mr. Kelly there. Thank you for joining us, sir. Fire crotch is an understatement. So yes, it's, you know, it's kind of one of those things. But we are going to go real quick with one of these. And it says there's 9 people, so let's see about a roll call. Let's see who's all here.
I'm here about cooking dinner.
You're here, but you're cooking dinner. That's okay. I can accept that. We got Heather. We got Mr. Nass. We got Mama D, even though she says no, she's not here.
Evie's got her ball again.
Cora is still here, my cousin. Evie's got the ball. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 when it says we have 8 people in Facebook. 10 total. And I will say this. I know I'm one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mr. Nast would be number 7. So we have 7 people on Facebook, 8 people total. I don't think Mr. Troy Evans is here anymore. Body is here, mind is gone. I agree 100%. The body is here, but the mind is definitely gone.
Evie.
Evie, bring it here.
No, she literally just jumped up, bit Brokey in the air.
I am trying to teach the cat how to play fetch. other than cleaning my desk, we've been working on some projects with Holland's Customs. Look, here's one of the things that I'm working on for right now. It's a little hard to see, but it is a ring box. And this ring box is going to go on to the groom reaper that will match up with our bride. Troy must not like us anymore. Well, that's okay. If you don't like us, that works perfectly fine for me. So yes, we have the male reaper, the groom that we have been working on, and I am getting ready to work on the Reverend. Yes, so as Miss Grimm informed me here, let's see. Today has not been a good day for celebrities because the first person, there's Troy, the first person to pass away today was the person that voiced Oogie Boogie in Nightmare Before Christmas. I was in the store. Yep, the person that voiced Oogie Boogie. And then the second person to pass today was... Do you remember who that was? The father from Good Times. Grim, how's your knee? It's getting there. Still a little tender, still twitchy. Like sitting at the desk here is a little uncomfortable, but we're getting back to it. You know, they had said about me going to physical therapy, and I said I don't need therapy for this. I could do this one on my own, which I started bending about it. Talking, MS actually passed away in August. His family just announced it, though. Okay. All hail the Mad Red King. Thank you, sir. Come get your grandkids.
Come get your dog.
Come get your damn dog. I'll tell you what. I will come get the grandkids. I will gladly feed them cookies for the next hour and then send them back home to you. Why? Because that is a grandfather job. I tried the knee pillow, but the problem I had was, let's see if I can explain this the right way. When you put the knee pillow between your knees, it left a space down at the ankles. So, you know, it bent kind of like this and actually put more pressure on the knee.
I'm going to put them back on.
No deal. I think I broke Fortnite. So the knee pillow kind of made it a little bit more difficult, which was the same thing I almost ran into before when I first had this very first done years ago. So what I've actually been doing a lot lately is I just kind of I only sleep with a comforter. Like I can't have tons of sheets on. So I take the blanket and my other blanket and kind of ball it up a little bit and just put that from my knee to my ankle. But I've been tossing and turning a lot at night. I can now sleep on that side, which is good. But then again, not that long ago, a couple of us had a discussion, which is really awesome because, you know, you never think about it. And this actually, with our bed that me and Miss Brim have, it's a smart number. So first you can adjust it to how soft or how firm you want the bed. But the other thing is that it will tell you your heart rate, it will tell you your resting heart rate, and it tells you your breath rate while you're sleeping. And what this does is it records, but it also records how often you're moving, if you get out of bed. And the biggest thing that we came back to is how many hours do you actually really think that you are sleeping? Now, you can say that you've gone to bed and you've been in bed for you got a solid 8 hours. But if you look at this app that I have, it actually comes back that no, you didn't get a solid 8 hours. You may have been in the bed. Yes, that is true because you may have been in bed during that time period, but with the restlessness and I hope everybody just heard that. Holy fuck. That Arby's commercial, we have the meat. Yeah. Verb. Pork is a verb. So, this is from my butcher when we ordered the meat order. Now, this is a boned in pork chop. Okay, so let's see if we can see this here. That is a pork chop. It is a little hard to turn. But yes, that pork chop, that must have been like a very big pig. So yes, you don't sleep as many hours as you think. Brokey, don't do it. Wilbur actually tastes pretty good. So yes, we did start that discussion. We had that discussion. How many hours you actually really think you sleep? So let's just throw that out there. How many hours for the people that are here in chat do you actually think you really sleep? And this means a solid sleep, not just, okay, you laid down and, played your game or read your book. This means from when you are actually asleep. Because it may be a little hard to see. But, prime example, today when I laid down for my nap, I know at most from me 2.5 to 3 hours if I'm lucky. So today I laid down at 3:51. I was up at 5:29. So it's telling me the time to fall asleep was 0 minutes. But the restless part was 1 hour and 4 minutes. I had no bed exits, but my restful time was only 33 minutes. And we went in to lay down for about 1.5 hours. During that time, my heart rate was at 57. My resting heart rate was only 27 because I was still restless, and my breath rate was 14. But if I was to go back and look at something and say one of my nights that were my better nights, like last Tuesday the 17th, I got an 82. Now, it took 1 hour and 46 minutes for me to be fully asleep. My restless time, now this is from 12:55 a.m. to 8:24 in the morning. My restless time was 1 hour. My restful time was only 6 hours and 26 minutes, and I had a 3-minute bed exit. But on that night, my heart rate was down to 46. Breath rate was at 17. It did not get a good heart resting rate. So that's why I say, how well do you think that you would actually do if you were to look into how long you slept. And a lot of anymore, you can actually get the apps on your phone, especially if you have like an Apple Watch or a smartwatch. Let's see, real quick, I'm going to bring up things. So, one of the things we did do away with, we did away with our commercials. Now it's showing we have 7 people. Now it's showing 5. 5 on Facebook, 6 total. So, we're going to go through this. As I said, we did away with our commercials. So, we're about almost 50 minutes in, 51 minutes. So, Holland's Customs, we are still doing stuff, and you can find us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Again, at Holland's Customs, we can make everything possible. And everything that you see on the background, except for the dragon and the angel, everything has on there with the kids, has been done. The kids, the dragons, the Pokemon, that has all been made by Holland's Customs. And there's many, many other things that we can do. And I know Miss Grimm has been doing smut shirts and yes, she is working on Ghost Guardian stuff right now. Yes, a lot of Halloween stuff. I'm jumping in and out, walking dogs as usual. That's all right, Amanda.
You can come walk right
I mean, I'd say most nights I'll crawl into bed at 12:30, play some solitaire, and listen to music. Set an hour sleep timer, which is I start when the music starts. By the end of that hour, I'm asleep. But then I roll over and it's 5 a.m., so that's why I say 2.5 to 3 hours tops. I say that's me in the morning. I roll over and I look at the clock over on Miss Grimm's side, and then I'm going, okay, it's only 5 o'clock in the morning. Let's try and go back to sleep. But a lot of times at that point, I'm just kind of tossing and turning the rest of the night. And, I'm not taking all the meds that I was, so anymore, it doesn't help me sleep anymore. So, yeah. Yes, Miss Grimm always tells me she's proud of me because I have taken myself off some of these meds. Yeah, I'll close my eyes again at 5, but I hear everything. That's me. Once I start waking up, I am really waking up. But as I said, Holland's Customs, if you are interested, you can contact myself or Miss Grimm, or you can find the link right through the basement show itself. And anything is possible. We have actually found that because we had somebody come to us and they wanted a toga done. Now, we thought this toga was going to be like cotton or something. No, it was actually polyester. It was a Halloween costume. So we actually had to figure that one out, and it came out really good. As you can tell, the Grimms still haven't got their schedule down for eating dinner. Toga, I missed that one. Yeah, a friend of ours, they needed a couple shirts and they needed a toga. So we did that, and, real. Yeah, it was interesting. It was a learning experience. But now that I'm back at my desk, I can start working on 3D printing again. And doing some painting. Touche. Yes, I thought it was quite interesting doing a toga. I was like, okay. And when I opened up the package, I'm going, this is going to be interesting. You know, I hope this doesn't melt because polyester is tough to work with because of the heat. So the 5 people that are here, anything interesting since the 18th? Anything you guys want to talk about? You're fighting with a pork chop and it's winning? Why are you fighting with the pork chop? What is it not doing for you? You're having problems getting the meat out? Oh, you got the meat out. Miss Grimm was taking the meat out. Mama D says
with the pork.
She's playing with the pork.
And I have a hole in my foot.
And you got a what on your foot?
Her jugular is on the top of my
Oh,
foot.
so you feel Freya's or Luna's. I went from spending 106 to 500 on my car today. Well, that is definitely always fun. You gotta love that shit. Mr. Nass was supposed to spend 106 on his car, but ended up spending 500 on his car.
Oh.
Yeah, I love them.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, definitely been there and done that one. I know.
Every time we fucking took rocket in.
Yeah, every time we took rocket in there.
Sonic would say it too.
Yeah, Sonic had its moments. I just find a lot of that shit disgusting that, these mechanics and shit are charging that kind of money. And the thing is, they know they have you.
Buy anything big, just call my phone.
Yeah.
Not saying that you're not mechanically inclined, but
I did my days of working on cars. Not it anymore.
well, that's all we all have. It may not be your favorite, but
I started out working on cars and started working on trucks and just did not enjoy it. And that's when I went into the other sides of business. So you know what? I'm going to bring up another thing while we're at it. So coming soon, thebasementshowlive.com. This is still in the works, and this is something that we are going to be doing because, again, this will be our own personal website. So we can do the things we want. As I was telling a couple of people, and I was talking to Mr. Nast earlier, that back when I was with the other place, complete tune-up, oil change, wheel rotation, air, cab, filter, wiper blades, etc. I mean, I will need brakes eventually, but they said they can go for another 10 to 15K. Well, there you go. I mean, you may want to get them before you go on your road trip, which is towards the end of this month, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, where was I? Yeah, lost train of thought. So, the Basement Show Live. We are still going to do this. We are going to, at some point, go away from the social media platforms. just because, as I was saying to Mr. Nast earlier, I remember back when we started with the other place where I was, and during our breaks, we were actually able to play an entire song in its entirety. And the thing that came to be with that is that now you get hit for it, you get hit with copyrights. If we are on our own website, we can't get hit. So this is something that we want to do. One of the other things I will say, and I don't know, we will probably be talking about this coming soon, is that we are going to decide whether we are doing the Halloween show or not, which is consisting of the cemetery show. And that also consists with the Friday night show. There you go. You are correct. There will be a special pop-up show on Sunday, October 27th from outside the home of the Bengals. So there you go. So that's planned, but as I said, as of right now, I don't know what direction we are going with the Halloween show. And the November 1st show, I am not sure if we are doing that from the mausoleum or not. I'm sorry to disappoint everybody, but you have to look at it that the hours of preparation just for these two shows alone are beyond extravagant. The other thing is there will be a pop-up show. Is that November 6th? Is the concert November 6th? Babe. Mama D, is it November 6th? Is the I think it's the concert is November 6th. Oh, November 2nd. That tells you where I'm at. So
we need to get our COVID shots before we go.
I would say get your COVID shot before we go, but November 2nd we will the Octane show. We will be doing a pop-up show from the Octane show because I know that myself, Miss Grimm, Mama D, and Mr. Nast are all going to the show.
You have to keep an eye out for an extra ticket for somebody else. Mary.
Keep an eye out for a ticket for somebody else. Because I know Heather wants to go to that show. Right now, I believe that show is sold out. That week is going to be a busy one for me, but we will keep everyone in the loop about the 31st and November 1st. Yes, we will keep everybody in the loop. As I said, right now, we are up in the air about that just because, as we had said, we all needed the time away to gather ourselves back up. And come back and put the content out that we are known for putting out. And chances are the following week to maybe 2 weeks after that concert, that could potentially be a long period for me because, well, at some point I will issue an apology on air as well. And that is fine, Mr. Nast. Um, that is completely understandable. Um, as I was saying about the following week after the show or the week after that, I'm hoping to have the hip scheduled because we're looking at getting the hip done November 10th to the 17th in Tennessee. So there you go. Mama D is going. I'm hoping somewhere between the 10th and the 17th that I will be going in and having that hip replaced. So, unfortunately, at that point, I will be gone again. Hopefully, for not a super extended, but this one, I just have a feeling this one's going to be a little bit tougher. So I may be gone for a little while with that. As I said, we get the hip done in the winter time, so that way I can rehab through the winter. So that way, when spring is ready, I will be ready to go and up to full swing. I'm hoping not to be gone from the show for more than 2 weeks, but it may be potential that I may be longer, depending on how this surgery goes, because this one is more extensive than my right side was. My right side was kind of like, okay, they did what they did. I was up, I was ready to go, I was ready to move. Had surgery pain for a couple days. But this one here, they need to go in and there's hardware that has to be removed. And so I don't know what the outcome will be with that. But we will keep everybody up to date on that as we go. We're an hour and 8 minutes in. There's 5 people here, 4 people on Facebook. Got to do what you got to do. We'll figure it all out. Yes, that is true. We will figure it out as time goes. You never know. It may be the Reverend just doing a show completely shot in the ass with pain meds. So let's do another roll call. I'm trying to see where things are, see who's here. My cousin's still here. Troy is still here. Not here, there. Okay, not there, but here. Mr. Nast. So let's see, 6 people. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4, and I will say that I'm number 5 because I am watching on Facebook. There's 5, so there's still 1 more that's out there. And there's 5 on Facebook. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 1 more besides Troy, Cora, Mr. Nast, and myself on Facebook. Mama D is on Twitch. So our main chat says we have 7 people. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will be number 5. So there are still 2 people unaccounted for. And it says we have 6 alone in Facebook. And I see 4 of us here right now. So that leaves 2 more. So if you're out there, say hi.
We don't all bite.
That's what Mr. Nash just said. We don't bite. Not all of us bite. Unless you're into it. That is true. We are now showing 6 people. 5 on the base, 5 on Facebook, and 1 in Twitch. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Troy, Cora, John, and me. So there's 4 in Facebook. So there's still 1 in Facebook that hasn't said anything. And there is 1 in Twitch, which is Mama D. I mean, people might still be pissed at me as well. I understand that completely. Did kind of call people out. Well, I get that, Mr. Nast. I do. But it also comes back to that I think people should be understanding because, again, a lot of people don't know the hours and the time that we have put into these shows. We just had a meeting on Sunday night for this week's lineup of what's going to be done with our first week back. And so automatically that's Monday night. And we have to put together stuff for Thursday night. Even though it's a pop-up, we got to put it together and so we can see where the show will go. Shows just don't come to everybody. As I said, right now, this is an hour and 12 minutes. 5 people on Facebook, 1 person, and that's Mama D. So there's Twitch. So other than myself and Mr. Nast, Troy, and my cousin Cora are the 2 on Facebook. There's still 1 more. And we're asking you to come say hi. It could be somebody just sitting there. It could be Amanda. Her phone might just be running in the background because she is walking the dogs. But we can't acknowledge you if you don't say anything. Ew, you've been slimed, Lou. You're not getting any of my dinner. Go away.
You can't have pork. Go away.
Mm-mm. You're not getting pork. Not dealing with stinky dog ass. No. Mm-mm. I don't remember what night it was. Kenny can't have pork for much more frightening. Did I miss anything at the beginning? I don't know, Troy. What was the first thing you saw? I don't remember what night it was, but one of the dogs, my face. Well, if you were in here when the show started, you didn't miss anything. But if you came in later on, then yeah, potentially you missed some stuff about this week's lineup and what we are working on. But one of the dogs had serious gas. Like eye-watering gas. And one of them cut one loose, and it was automatically the blanket went over the face, and yeah, it was really bad. So let's see, we have 4 people. So that would be Mr. Nass, myself, Troy, and Cora sitting in Facebook, and Mama D sitting on Twitch because there is a total of 5. We are an hour and 15 minutes. So yes, dog farts in the bedroom are horrible. Thank God I still run my air conditioner at night, because if that shit was warm and it hotboxed, that would really have sucked. So yes, we'll go over a recap real quick of what you may have missed, Troy. So this week, tonight was Drago and Tink, memory of Drago and Tink. Tomorrow night is just going to be a random pop-up shit show. So it is going to be open to everybody in chat on what they want to talk about. And we will go from there. As Amber said earlier, if we want to talk about boobs, we can talk about boobs. We can talk about anything. One of the other things we can also say that has changed, if you notice across the bottom of our screen, you can now see that there's a YouTube, there's a Twitch, there is a Facebook, and there is TikTok. Now, TikTok we use for basically promotion. We are no longer using Discord. We have done away with Discord. Discord has just not been the way to go for us, and we have decided to do away with Discord. We have also done away with commercials. We will no longer be doing commercials. And yes, we are also known for doing 2+ hours on shows. Sorry to say it, for the 5 people that are here, we will no longer be doing 2+ hour shows. It will now be a bare minimum of an hour and a half, depending on how chat looks. We will not do any less, but if it is not looking like a good night, we will be cutting at an hour and a half. And unfortunately, right now, tonight, yes, we're showing 6 people. And this is my opportunity to ask everybody who all is in chat. The other thing we cut down on is we cut a lot of our banners out. And we are cutting out certain segments. And it's just because we are trying to do this for fun, but in the process, we are working. Huh? Yes. We all have lives outside of the basement show. As Mr. Nass says, yes, we are going back to the basics. Right now I'm seeing 7 people. 6 in Facebook. I automatically know who 4 of those people are. Back to having fun like this show was intended for. I agree 100%. I know I want to say more, but I know I shouldn't. Mr. Nass, I completely understand. And I will put this one up here. So, you can follow The Basement Show with Mr. Nass on Facebook as well as YouTube, and you can also find us on Twitch and TikTok. It is at Basement Show with Mr. Nass. And that is where we are now. We are not doing Discord anymore. We are not looking at other platforms. We ask that you follow all the platforms that we have, the YouTube, the Facebook, the Twitch, and the TikTok. But maybe in time we will go back to Discord, but as of right now, we are not doing Discord anymore. It's just not feasible for all of us. It just wasn't growing. Checking in on you all. How's everyone doing? Where's my retired Uncle Ronnie? Uncle Ronnie? I don't know an Uncle Ronnie. But thank you for coming in and checking on us. Yeah, I don't know a retired Uncle Ronnie. I'm sorry, Kenneth, but welcome to the show. I don't know if you've been here. Nice to see you, Ken. Well, there you go. Mr. Nass knows exactly who that is. Ron Tessing. Okay. That's Ron Tessing's nephew. Okay. Nice to meet you, sir. Mr. Tessing hasn't been around for quite some time. Thank you. Greatly appreciate that, sir. And the same to you. Hopefully all is well with you. So let's look at another banner real quick. Oh, God. So here's the lineup. So we did away with the times, too. Another thing is, we will let you know in the post what time these times are going to be. So they could be at 8 o'clock, they could be at 9. Your hosts for that day will determine what time they are starting. Usually we will not be before 8 o'clock, and we will not be after 9. So Monday's night is ladies' night. Mama D and Miss Grimm. Tuesday night, the memories of Drago and Tink. Now, as we have said before, with the memories of Drago and Tink, it's not just about my son and my daughter, AJ and Hope. It could be everybody talking just memories in general of people past, people that are still here, things they remember from their childhood. This is a spot for the community to talk about things. Everybody come together and, discuss things. Or it could be a random shit show, but you never know who is going to be the host. That is the thing. Could be myself, could be myself and somebody else. It could be Miss Grimm and somebody. You never know who is going to be on this show and what they're going to have scheduled for that night. Wednesday night we had to be announced. So we are actually dropping this early. We are relaunching a show that was original to the Basement Show. This is entertainment night. And what this means is it is a very interactive show. So it could be Hangman, it could be Cards Against Humanity, it could be many different types of way to interact.
It's actually the show that I started out
with you guys. It was a show that Miss Grimm actually started out on. Thursday night is Expedition night. So with that there, usually how that works is it works on Mr. Nast's schedule. But as I said, this week, now tomorrow night on Wednesday, you're going to have just a random type pop-up show. And this will be for the audience to bring up topics that they want to talk about. You want to talk about boobs? We'll talk about boobs. You want to talk about whatever the topic is, we will go with those topics. Thursday being Expedition night usually depends on Mr. Nast's schedule and the time he has to work. This week, though, we are going to be looking at a potential new show, which we basically are going to call Story Corner with Mama D. And this may really relate to some of the ladies who enjoy books. So that will be a Mama D show on Thursday night. As we go a little bit more between today, tomorrow, and the next day, we will be posting more information about that. Friday nights back by popular demand. Reverend Grimm and the Crimson Phoenix Show. Okay, so we all know that my shows usually don't start before 9 o'clock. But this week, you're not going to get the Reverend Grimm Show. You're going to get the Wives of Grimm, as Mr. Nass says, take 3. So this week you will have Miss Grimm, you will have Mama D, and you will have the Crimson Phoenix. But I can tell you that they are going to have a special guest in studio with them that night. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but I can tell you.
I just thought about something.
You just thought about something.
So you have 3 wives.
Yes, I have 3 wives.
Legally,
I have more than 3 wives.
Well, yes, but legally you have 1,
Yes.
and the others are. The fuck?
The others are what the fuck?
You see how she is?
Yes, I see how she is.
The
So,
others are. It's like, well, D would be considered common law.
okay.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Gwen, Heather, Ginger. Yeah.
Now do we see why I'm so great? That's about 6 or 7 so far.
Can you imagine if the ongoing joke was that we went to Utah and all lived under one roof?
That would be awesome.
You fucking kill yourself. You would build yourself a man cave with like steel doors.
I would have the food and everything down there with me because I wouldn't be coming the fuck out.
But that'd be like, we'd either all be on different cycles or it'd all be the one time of the month that you'd have all of
And I'd murder all 3. I'd murder all of you.
them.
And I would get off without going to jail for insanity. And of course, as always, stay tuned for pop-up shows because you will never know when they are going to happen. It could be on a Saturday during the day, it could be Saturday during the night, it could be a Sunday. You never know. There could be a pop-up show right after this show. Always got to kind of watch and see how it's going to go. Let's go back to our comments here. So, let's see here. Glad you're all good. Ron stepped down in May of this year. He's a good host and knows he is always welcome here in chat. I still follow you all live. The shows just with schedules are out the ass. I knew he was thinking about it. Thanks for the update. I understand that completely. Thank you for your support. Welcome. Gray hair comes with knowledge, sir, not how many wives you have. I disagree because I will say that my knowledge is about the knowledge of a 2-year-old. Remember, I might be 50 years old, but I am trapped. I am trapped in a 51-year-old body with a 2-year-old mentality.
Anybody who's seen the Walmart feed?
Anybody saw the Walmart what?
Walmart feed.
Yeah, anybody that saw the Walmart thing could definitely contest that Grimm is 2 years old. And Mr. Nass is probably not much further behind me. Yeah, this pork chop's taking a lot to get through.
Yeah, I'm like dying every time.
See, another comment just came to mind, but I don't want to write it because it almost reflects a no we don't talk about on here. All right. So, one more time. We're going to do this. And Mama D. Just think of a book and you thought you would get. Okay.
I can't even.
That's 2. Well, that's 3. I will be number 4. My cousin's number 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on Facebook. There's Amanda. So there's 5 on Facebook. And Mama D makes number 6. So we are an hour and 31 minutes in. I'm going to open the floor again to see if anybody wants to bring up a topic to talk about. I will give it a minute.
Oh, God, I can't.
These, unfortunately, since they're boned, but these would make great stuffing chops.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have to cut the bone out. So as I said, I'm leaving it to the floor. It says we have 6 people. Come on, Facebook friends. You have had 12 days without us. Can't tell us you didn't miss us. I'm just super excited for Thursday. I'm definitely looking forward to sharing these stories with our audience. Just hope everybody likes them and we have a decent audience. Well, there you go. All right. So the last banner that I'm going to run as usual, and that is one of the ones that we have kept. Hashtag justice for AJ and Hope. As we all continue to get closer to that justice for AJ and Hope, who were taken away from us so very abruptly and so very quickly, we are getting closer to that time to where it will finally come their day and they will get exact justice of what they are looking for. All right, again, I'm all over, and tonight is a hard one for me. 14 hours today was my niece was killed when a drunk driver hit us at home. I'm sorry to hear that, Amanda. I definitely know that is hard. It's not an easy thing for anybody to lose somebody, and many people will turn around and say, oh, well, it's been this long or this long. It doesn't matter how long it's been. It never goes away. The grief never stops. And some people say it gets better. I am still waiting for that day for it to finally get better. I don't see it. I mean, every day I still do what I do, and I push myself through to do the things I have to do, and to, talk to them and just try and get through the day myself. No, it doesn't, Cora, and I can even say to this day that you got to think. My father passed in 2004, so it's been 20 years, and even today, it still bothers me. And Myrtle, we lost my grandmother in 2008, and a day doesn't go by that I don't think of all of them. Doesn't honestly.
However, you don't miss the phone calls
because of my other children.
There's a memory for you.
What?
Can you fix the TV?
Yeah, can you come fix my TV? That was my grandmother every single week.
Every Sunday.
Yeah. No, I miss both of them still, and honestly, I I really wish the old man was still here because there's a few times when I could definitely say that I could really use him now. You know, took us quite some time to get to where we were, and like I said, now is when I could really use him. You know, just for him to be there because I know by now he would have practically been here almost every day. Yeah, no, you and him were always close. Um, as I said, you know, Myrtle, this would have been an extremely difficult situation for Myrtle. Not saying it's not difficult for the rest of our family, but for Myrtle, I probably would have really feared this one. Missed my aunt and uncle this Friday, and my aunt Jane will have turned 77. Hard to believe she's been gone almost 17 years, October 21st. Yeah, and that that is the thing. Like, I, I can't believe that my father's been gone since 2004. And my grandmother, because I always said my grandmother was going to live to 120. Um, But then again, I sit and I look at it, and it's hard to believe that AJ and Hope have been gone almost 2 years. Oh, I agree, Mr. Nass, 100%. You know, fuck cancer. You know, fuck all these diseases. It's a difficult situation, no matter how you look at it. And again, and I know that you have said it in some of your uh, broadcastings, and I will say it again. One of the things is that none of us were ever guaranteed anything except for one thing: the day you were born. You were guaranteed the day that you were born is the day that you are starting to die. My mom had cancer and she passed from that. Yep, remember. Um, in this life, we're not guaranteed to be rich. We're not guaranteed to be famous. We're not guaranteed. You're not guaranteed happiness. You're guaranteed in this life to make what you make of it. You make it happy. You make it what you want. But you were never guaranteed a good education. You were never guaranteed a good job. You were never guaranteed lots of friends, lots of money, big homes, expensive cars. You were not guaranteed this stuff. You were guaranteed that you have somewheres on your body that you are going to die one day. Everyone just remember this: as long as you keep your loved ones' memories alive, it will always be with you. I wholeheartedly believe that. And I do too. And when the justice comes for AJ and Hope, I could give two rats' asses about any kind of dollar figure. None of those pennies will bring either of those two children back, which is what I want the most. But with their names constantly being said and their stories, hopefully myself and Miss Grimm can help other families so this doesn't have to happen to them. That is what is true justice. That something is done so this doesn't happen to another family. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of people out there I could tell you, you know what, I could give two shits less about, and I could kick dirt in their face because they're down. And you know what, maybe that's the mean side, but that is the reverend side, you know. Unfortunately, at times people do certain things to cause their own issues. And if you're not going to do something to fix your issue and you want other people to fix the issue for you, you are never going to learn. And that is an unfortunate thing. But I hope that people learn from AJ and Hope, and this actually saves another family. I would not wish this on my worst enemy. Miss AJ and Hope, and I hope it will happen. Yeah, it will. It's going to take time. Nothing is overnight. But to sit back and look, like when we had the celebration of life, and think how many people showed up and how many people actually walked up to me. And I know I couldn't get to everybody that was there. And Frey hears a dog on television.
You asshat.
One of the last times being at the cemetery, I believe it was their anniversary in April. I said a prayer and I was leaving, as I always do, and then touched the headstone, and suddenly I felt something pass through my whole body from my feet all the way up. And I looked up, and the tree above me was flying. And the freaky part is that it was the only tree moving in the cemetery. Which, yes, they do. They do say that they try and show us in many, many ways, and sometimes you miss it. And if you're not open-minded to it, you will miss it because you're not looking for it. You always have to expect at any time that our loved ones that have gone before us could try and send us a message in one form or another. And I know AJ and Hope are still here, and I know they're around us. And some days I could swear that I hear them. It's just enough when I'm starting to drift off to sleep that I may hear something. And I will turn around and go, is that real or was it not real? One thing I will finish up with is I will say, just remember, you're not alone. Nobody here is alone. You're not alone. Somebody is always there. And we know that you guys are with us, and we appreciate you guys being with us and bringing us into your home, whether it be an hour and a half, 2 hours, or even some of the shows that we did were 3 hours. We appreciate you taking out the time of your day to come and hang out with us and give us some ideas, watch us go on rants and raves, watch us break down on camera. We love all you guys, and we appreciate everything that you have done for us. With that being said, we are going to get ready to hop off. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We had my cousin Cora, we had Mr. Nass, we had Mama D, we had Troy Evans, we had other people stop by. Again, everybody, thank you. We greatly appreciate this. We ask that everybody stay safe. Remember to thank you for welcoming us back. Yes, greatly appreciate that you were there on our first night back. As I said, keep an eye on the page this week because we are running a little bit different lineup and some different shows tomorrow night. Again, I can't tell you who's going to be on tomorrow night because right now I don't know. But tomorrow night is going to be kind of like we will call it the sanctioned shit show. Maybe it's almost like a Reverend Grimm show tomorrow night. Just we probably won't have the Crimson Phoenix except for maybe in chat. But you never know. She might be doing the show tomorrow night. You never know who's going to do this show this week. Glad you're back. Thank you, cousin. Greatly appreciate that. I'm glad that you stopped in. Everybody from the Reverend and the rest of us here at the Basement Show with Mr. Nass, we greatly appreciate your time. As I said, keep an eye on the Facebook page for things that are coming, especially this week. We hope to see you on tomorrow night's show. Until then, as I usually say on Fridays, and Gary would always help me, don't take any shit from anybody. You gotta walk through hell. Walk through hell like you fucking own the place. It's what you make of it, not what people make of it for you. Until we see each other again, everybody stay safe. Good night.